we're back on stream. That one's going to be short. Tell you I'm super busy. And yeah, it's going to be product update, market update. Product updates we've made our first product release, which is a big milestone. So you can observe, well, you can just go on app.proprXYZ, and we haven't set up everything. For example, the challenges, you can't purchase challenges yet, and you have to keep in mind that this is the real environment, which means that wait, let me actually do something quickly. Sorry, I was a bottleneck on something, so I just had to solve that quickly. We've made our first product release, app.proprXYZ. What we're building at the moment is well, we've already built it, but we're plugging this in, but the waitlist system, the way it's going to go is like this. Let me share my screen quickly. You'll have two options. One is free trial, the other is waitlist. And this is going to stay the same for maybe close to 2 months. It's going to be a long period, but we're only going to allow waitlisted people to get in the product. We want to make sure the product is, on a, let's say, V1 state. Today it's a beta state. And it's more so to control the traffic. So we can't, you need to take margins of safety whenever you welcome new people on the platform, especially when it's money related. So that means we will control the new flow of users. And if someone wants to get in, please do join the waitlist. Today we are, how many are we? And these numbers are live publicly. Anything that we do will be transparent. So today we have 201 waitlists, which is a cool number. And we will give access. We'll send an email anyway when you guys have access to it. I want to be transparent. Nisha is going to be friends, people that we know, because we want to make sure just things are running smooth. And let's say on the payout engine, if we want to be as fast as possible, but let's say there is a bug and we can't resolve that ASAP, then we want to make sure this only impacts people that we know can tolerate a beta type product. And I think until we have 1,000 traders using the platform, we will be on a waitlist state. Well, at least that's the plan. Currently might change, but my point is, if you're not on the waitlist, the only thing you'll be able to have is the free trial. And we're doing our best to release that basically now. But we still got a few bugs to solve in the dev environment before pushing this over to prod. So don't go to prod now. Challenges are not set up, etc. Plus, it's actual real money that you use. And we'll make an announcement when we about our rollout phase. If we go to our roadmap, we are strictly following our roadmap. And we're actually quite ahead of the roadmap. Can actually give a quick feedback on where we are. Account evaluation pre-sale is let me actually go to we've implemented something that's pretty cool. you can go to ProprXYZ/waitlist, or just go there, and then you can unlock some percentage off your first charge if you fulfill the two, well, one of the criterias. So we might change this logic, but if you got liquidated on Hyperliquid, we feel for you, and we want to give you potential to grow your capital with a prop firm account. And then always, if you did 1 million volume on Hypercore, you get something. So, well, you get the percentage off. So you can connect your wallet, verify the data on Hyperliquid, and it's a cool thing. It's more of a marketing stunt than anything else. So today, really the key is to make sure prod is good. Otherwise, we're doing a lot of small things. I can share a few things, but well, some like small items that we think are relevant. For example, when you go to your settings, you can now change your username if you want to. We've refined the developer things. Security-wise, you can look at your sessions and some other items that we're incorporating into the app, but I would say that's details. So focus today is really want to nail the core user experience. So what that means, so we will push the transparency page is not complete. It is not going to be complete this week. That on Discord I had said on the 15th, so 5 days ago, our focus was the full product UI and finish, which I think we're there. HIP3, which is done. Production deployment with free trials, that's what we're shipping now. And the global platform analytics, we have the visual for it, but we don't have the we haven't put the focus on it just yet. So that means initially we'll just expose an endpoint, and then we will build this out. I think this is gonna be done. Don't have an estimate. Probably Monday through Wednesday. I'm not exactly sure. We want to make sure we push that to prod and we solve the prod issues. Because we are going to prod with the free trial, I expect quite a bit of traffic. We'll do some growth events around this. To give you, someone on Discord today said, hey, you guys are not transparent, and I want to say we are the complete polar opposite of this. We show remotely anything that you want to see, which is the whole reason why I'm building this in the first place, is because I think prop firms need more transparency, and that's what we're bringing to the table. So you'll see traders over time, revenues, the pass rate by account size, the net positioning of paper traders and funded traders. Obviously, numbers will be small because I'm not sure for net positioning whether we'll take the free trial items. Probably not. So you're not gonna see. It's basically gonna be too small and not very representative. I think in the next, optimistically, end of next week, we have our first funded traders. So that means real money that comes in. That means we'll also update, because I know the title of this video is streaming every day until we make 10 million. So that's going to change with real revenue numbers. but those numbers will remain fairly small because the number of paper traders will be fairly small initially. Aggregate P&L, most traded instruments, some items that are already on the website, community growth, yeah, like Discord and X. The payouts in real time, that's a cool functionality. We'll have to, like, there are some certain items here where we are being optimistic. Potentially there are issues around user privacy, but we'll find a way to make it work regardless. Payout health, payout growth, it's a lot of things, and when this goes live, you'll see a lot of coming soon items. For example, the funded account lifespan. Not this, but A to B book traders. If we assume that our first traders get the funded account, let's say at the end of next week, which I think is very optimistic, then that means the first A book traders will go live in like 10 weeks from now, because we have this 2-month buffer to analyze and you can refer to the A to B booking algorithm, which is open source. So I just wanted to share this. That's not going to be live for today. Just too many priorities. We decide not to do it to prioritize stability of prod. That being said, now, last thing, I potentially would love to get your feedback on this. We might do a badge system to further basically commemorate some items of the platform. I've dropped this on Discord. That was a very early draft. For example, we will do the free trial. So do we give a badge to people that have the free trial badge? These are things that, enable us to gamify and to further retain traders on the platform. And we'll have a token at some point. By the way, our raise is coming soon, in 6 days now. It's a way in which you own the platform. So for us, it's about understanding who do we want to support that is adding value to the network, or like the protocol, the product, and how do we incentivize them. And I think having this inventory could make sense. That's not gonna appear, that's basically not on the roadmap, so it's not something we wanna do. Also, I discussed about the roadmap. I think it deviated from this quite a bit, but I'm gonna share my screen now, and we'll well, you already see my screen, but I'm gonna share this. So you see where we are. We are there. Paper trading engine is done. Trading completion 30th of March. It's gonna be really tight. Well, real tight as far as deadline is concerned, but still gonna go live. Account evaluation pre-sale. The limited time offer is basically for the waitlist. We changed a bit the approach. Initially, we wanted to do something a bit more dynamic. Well, we were not like, risk management was not the number one priority. Or at least we did not have the risk management framework done. Now that we have it and understand further we have the liquidity threshold that we can meet, then it makes more sense to have the waitlist. Seed round, that's in 6 days. Community building, Stripe integration is done, developer API done, and then HIP3 is done. Where we are is on this phase. for the closed beta, and closed beta is going to remain until end of the quarter, which is what we call the public platform launch, where everyone can access a funded account. And you can expect, if the program is already live, so we're in advance there. A/B bulking algorithm is there, but it's gonna change over time. It's basically already gonna. We already want to make changes to it, so that will be in advance. KYC integration, not there yet. Hyperliquid, that's work in progress. Payout, that's not done, and that's not very close on the roadmap. So I'm pretty content and happy with how this is going. If we were to roll out the badge system, that's close to an incentive program, I think that's all that we that we have for the day product-wise. Now I want to discuss about the market. We took a position on the 100K challenge. The 100K to a million challenge. We took a short on Tau. I want to explain a bit more reason for this, and so we took this short. If you're not following on Telegram, you should. We streamed the trades live on Discord and Telegram in real time, so you see exactly the positioning that we are after. And I took a short on Tau for a couple of reasons, but mainly, well, we'll pull up the charts. Mainly because, well, our short entry, I have to say, is very good. It's basically around here. My mental framework in this current market, which I would call a bear market, is anything that's up a ton that's not up on negative funding. So I don't want to enter where I get squeezed. For example, here on Tau, although the thing was up tremendously, you had funding rates that were negative. That means it's a short squeeze, and I have no interest in trading something where I can get squeezed. What happened there was you had you basically have it's a project on Tau that's they've deployed like one of the, and I'm not knowledgeable Tau specifically, but they've deployed the first, like they've completed the first like open source orchestration of model training. That's how I understand it, which is a big milestone. And on top of that, you had Jensen Huang, so the CEO of NVIDIA. You had Chamat, not sure the full name, but Chamat is one of, a billionaire that's an early stage investor who I think is giving pretty bad signals. He mentioned Tau to Jensen in an interview, and then Jensen said open source has a key part to play, a key role to play. And I view it as a good top signal, as in whoever is getting excited about this and saying, I looked at X for 5 minutes, and everyone on X saying, hey, this is the future. But clearly this is what led to the run-up of this. And the other thing that led to the run-up was also the project that effectively completed the open source thing. And I haven't gone into the details because that does not matter to the trade. You need Tau to buy into this project. And I think reached like 100 million or so market cap. And because Tau is a very illiquid asset, when a lot of people are interested in buying the spot, you get big rallies. And when I saw the So basically mental framework was I saw the rally and I tried to understand, okay, what's the fuel of the rally, and is this froth at a very low time frame level. Plus, I saw the large liquidation. So I saw the liquidation. I saw that the open interest also did not move so much on the liquidation. So that means the buildup in open interest here is mainly just longs FOMOing into the Jensen stuff, which has, to be honest, little value. So I see this and I see that we're on positive funding, which is very different structure than here. And to me, that's a very good short setup. Knowing that you also had moving average, you also had the confluence of the 200-day moving average. So I did not take the time to when I posted this on Telegram. I did not take the time to update rational, etc. But I've streamed the thing regardless. And the good thing about this level is this provides a very good invalidation. Because if you now obviously the trade played out quite well, but you have this trade that you can take, which is in bear markets, it really works. You can take the entry now and target something of the sort. In terms of risk reward, is not. I don't think this is too bad. But the way I'm interested to play this, I don't really play in. And look at this SFP, that's super ugly. But I don't really play with levels so much. I play with positioning, and for example, a way for me to TP my short would be an unwinding in open interest, which tells me about the markets that whoever FOMO'd long got reset. And my exit. So I'm happy to round trip the full thing, even though the entry was, what's the entry? The entry was 304 or 305. But I want to see. I know for facts all of this is longs, because otherwise the unwind would have been a lot greater on that liquidation wick. So we know you have longs, and now it's a game theory of who is folding first. And I think with that SFP, you're looking very good to hold until this unwinds. And I think it's going to be. I mean, on my personal book, I took a very, very, very sizable position, and yeah, so I'm quite happy with this. Obviously, and it's one of those 8-year setups that you don't see quite often. That obviously now that it played out, it's just easy to mention, but the rationale was the same. So now you cannot just wait and see the positioning play out. I don't have a tool to. The annoying thing about the way I view trades, and by the way, that's the same for BTC now. And the reason I mention this is because the structure to me looks, it's obviously different, but what we had here, and here, if you look at the pattern, you had a big unwind in open interest, from the range highs. And what you see as pattern here is you don't have, the unwind is not that big. The baseline we're building is here in open interest. So in terms of when I want to cover on both the challenge and personal book, is whenever we unwind more of the open interest, because I know a lot of people longed here and still haven't cut, and I'm interested to see these guys fold, and then enter. Enter cover. I think the long side is a different story. Friday Friday we still have a lot of headline risks. A lot of people I know are long, based on this relative strength. But what we said is there's definitely a good long opportunity that comes. Okay, all right, so we have a bug here. Okay, all right, so we'll have to fix this, but what I want to show is the SDLC. Thing we found, which is that seller has the most buying power when SDLC as a product approaches the ex-dividend date, which is in 3 weeks, give or take. And because you'll have a lot of front running in crypto, like always, positioning in the next, I think in 7 days is probably gonna be good. Plus, I think you'll have a bullish divergence if BTC goes to 60 and then momentum does diverge, then I think you have a good setup. Anyway, this is it for me today. I have to go back to work. But thanks a lot.